Okay, let's just jump right in. I want to ask you something, and I need you to be really honest with yourself.
Have you ever been told that you're taking this way too personally? Maybe you heard it at work, or hey, maybe it's just that voice in your own head after you spent an hour replaying a 2-minute conversation.
Or how about this one? Your boss replies to your carefully crafted email with just 2 words. Noted. Thanks. And cue the spiral, right? You're dissecting the punctuation, convinced that period means you're about to get fired.
And this one's a biggie. You walk into a meeting, and before anyone even opens their mouth, you can just feel it. The tension, the excitement, whatever it is. It's like you've got this radar for the unspoken stuff that just flies over everyone else's head.
And what does the world always say? Toughen up, grow a thick skin. But the reality of trying to do that, day in and day out, it's just exhausting. It's a full-time job just pretending not to feel everything so deeply.
Well, there's actually a name for this kind of deep sensitivity, especially in the East. They call it the goat personality. It's known as the most sensitive sign in their zodiac. And yeah, in a typical, aggressive corporate world, this is usually seen as a huge weakness. But that is all about to change.
Because here's the thing. In the world we're moving into, a world filled with AI, that so-called weakness is actually becoming the one thing technology cannot and will not be able to replace. Your sensitivity is about to become your superpower. Let me show you what I mean. There's this great old legend about a kingdom that was completely cut off by a giant, unbreakable iron gate. The king was desperate, so he sent his most powerful animals to try and open it.
First up was the tiger. And the tiger did what tigers do. It used pure, brutal force. It roared and clawed at the gate until its claws were shredded, but the gate didn't have a single scratch on it. Force was a total failure.
So next, the king sent in the ox. The ox was all about raw strength. It just rammed its head into the gate over and over. With so much power, it shook the ground. But nothing. The gate didn't move an inch. Strength didn't work either. And then the goat stepped forward. You can imagine, all the other animals started laughing. The small, gentle goat, what was it going to do? But the goat wasn't going to use force or strength. It was going to use something else entirely. Nuance.
The goat's whole approach was different. It didn't even try to push the gate. Instead, it just observed. It noticed the steep cliffs right next to the wall, a tricky path the tiger was too big for and the ox was way too clumsy for. The goat carefully climbed up, found a little hidden path, and just walked around to the other side, unlocking the gate from within. And that, right there, is the whole point of the story. The tiger has force, the ox has strength, but the goat has nuance. It has the ability to find that small emotional foothold, that hidden path that nobody else even sees.
Okay, cool story, right? But what on earth does that have to do with you and your career in the age of AI? Well, let's do a quick audit on what actually makes you valuable.
Think about it this way. Over on the left, you've got the tiger and ox work, things like coding, analyzing massive data sets, logistics, all the stuff that's based on brute force and logic. AI is getting crazy good at all of that. But now look at the right side. That's the goat work. AI can't really read the vibe of a room. It can't genuinely connect with an angry client and calm them down with empathy. It can't create something that truly touches the human soul. That's your territory. Your true, irreplaceable genius isn't about processing power. It's in these 3 uniquely human things. Taste, that intuitive sense of what just works. Empathy, the ability to truly feel what someone else is feeling. And creativity, connecting dots in a way no algorithm ever could.
So here's the big mindset shift. Stop trying to be the tiger in the room. Stop trying to compete by being the loudest or the most aggressive. Your real power, your irreplaceable value comes from being the one who quietly understands the human problem hiding behind every single business problem. That's what makes you essential.
So let's bring this all the way back around to that feeling we talked about at the very beginning, that deep exhaustion from just trying to get through the day. Look, we have enough robots, and we are building more every single day. What the world is actually starving for, what we desperately need, are people who are brave enough to actually feel something. Your sensitivity, it's not a bug. It's the most human feature you've got. So I'm gonna leave you with this one question to chew on. The next time you get home and you feel that crushing weight, that exhaustion from a long day of toughening up, just ask yourself this: am I exhausted because I'm weak,
Or am I exhausted because I'm trying to carry a shield that was never, ever built for me?